It's the Vegas Toy SquadCast, starring Vegas Toy Squad.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 21 of Vegas Toy SquadCast.
We're of age.
All grown up.
Right. Oh, yeah, we are. We're of age. There we go.
Now we can gamble
Yay.
in the city in which we live.
Well, is toy hunting kind of like gambling? Yeah. I guess it kind of is
A
sometimes.
little bit.
It can be.
I've been to the swap meet. It's like gambling.
It is like gambling. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And sticking with us for 21 episodes. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. So let's get started with...
What's your name?
Oh, yeah, I guess we should introduce ourselves, huh?
Get
I was
started
jumping
with that.
ahead, man. I was ready to get into the banter.
Clearly.
I was ready to banter back and forth. Bantering style.
Not that we need to introduce ourselves.
That's
We're the
right.
squad that needs no introduction,
That is true.
At
That
this
is true.
point.
but may as well.
That is true. Thank you for the reminder. My name is Forgetful Rick.
I'm Frank.
I'm Rob, and in the back we have
Patti, hi.
yes. So, anyways, not Frank. Rick is anxious to get into it. He's gonna say Franksious.
It's Frank. That's me.
Rick is Franksious.
I must not have had enough of my Grouchy Johns. Hold on.
What are you
Sponsored
drinking?
by
What are you drinking tonight?
Johns. Caramel Frap.
Just a standard, straight ahead caramel frap.
No, there's
No,
no milk.
Cutesy name.
No milk, made with straight up cold brew. Yeah,
But it
and
doesn't
half sweet.
have a Star Wars name.
No, it doesn't have a Star Wars name.
All right, because that's why we like Grouchy Johns.
That
It's
is
not
true.
the coffee or the people. It's that everything there has a Star Wars theme to it, right?
I'm drinking Black Panther
Well-
milk.
I
I don't know how they milk the Panther, but
Let's see how many times we can say "fada" during today's squadcast.
I have a presentation.
oh,
The official limited edition
These are super cool.
Vegas Toy Squad sticker
my
at
God,
that.
that's awesome.
for your whatever you put water in, right?
These are awesome.
Or wherever
This
else
one
you
for-
want to stick it.
So we got a limited
tell you when to stick it.
quantity of these for the for Vegas Toy Con, which is coming up
Cool.
here in March.
So if I gotta get it out of the bag.
We got 25 of them, and then they sent 4 extra. So hey, we got a
Yeah.
squad with 4 members,
There you go.
and so everyone gets one of these.
What was the company that gave us? Or that we
These
went through?
are done by Rockin' Monkey.
Rockin' Monkey.
Yeah,
These are awesome.
These are
Yeah.
nice.
They did a good job.
really nice quality.
Too bad it looks like fat. Just kidding.
Oh, and
I'm just messing.
thanks to Frank for the design inspiration on that one. That you fixed a problem I had there, and it came out much nicer.
It looks really cool. You did an
Yeah.
awesome job.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Thank you.
Even everyone in my family, when they saw them, they're like, "Wow, those are really cool."
Despite it being fat.
Everybody likes fat.
Yeah.
I mean, I joke with you, but we all like fat.
Yeah.
Ricardo liked these, by the way, too.
Oh, right on.
And I showed him the design.
Well,
You
tell
got
them to
the-
come to the Toy Con.
Ricardo seal of approval.
It did. It did.
Nice.
Well, we were discussing when Rob was designing him.
Oh, that's right.
He was
in the
looking. He's like, "What are you
background.
looking at?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was looking at Rob's design." And he's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just giving Rob a suggestion real quick."
Yeah. Originally, I didn't have the red visor
Outlined.
outline, and
So if you're
turns
just
out-
listening, you're
yeah.
going to have to look and see the limited edition stickers.
we'll find it. We're on Instagram. They're on there too.
There's a
And
lot
then
on
Facebook,
display today,
yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah, there's a lot on this table,
I
man.
know it kind of looks like a swap meet table.
Oh my
I'm
God.
selling a lot today. Not that anyone's buying.
So we got new business cards. We got new stickers.
Awesome.
The new cards reflect all the outlets that we're currently
Awesome.
on, and a couple of little updated information. So we'll have those. In fact, if anybody out there wants a Vegas Toy Squad business card, they have the cool Wretched Hive, the logo. We have green here, but you see it.
You'll
see
see
this
it.
great photo. But anyways, it's got that on it, and then cool stuff on the back. And if you want one, we'll send it to you. Just message us
Or come see us at the Toy Con.
or find us
Look
at
at
the
that.
Toy
Yeah,
Con.
if you're traveling to Vegas in March. It's March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right?
Yeah, Friday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
And there's some great guest stars. You've got the voice of Optimus Prime, the voice of Frank's phone.
This is like
Yeah.
church, man. This is like church up in here, bro.
One time. One time.
The voice.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, 2 times, I guess.
voice of Optimus Prime.
Voice of Optimus Prime. The voice of Skeletor.
That's right.
The voice of Megatron.
Wow, a lot of voices.
Yes.
Any real people?
Yes, there's some real people there too.
I think
You guys would know more of the actors than I can't remember. There's
so
some
far,
cool...
the notable one for me has been I don't know the actor's name, unfortunately, but it's General Veers.
Oh yeah,
From Empire.
Empire.
And plays Pycelle in. I think we mentioned this now. It seems familiar, but
maybe
Pycelle in Game of Thrones. He's
Yes.
gonna be there, so I bought my
Your
Pycelle. No, my my General Veers.
Maybe
Figure.
I want a Pycelle.
That's awesome.
I'll
That's
go
awesome.
find one.
Very
I'm sure
cool.
they have one.
Eric
that actually
Estrada
would be
is going to
cool.
be there also.
Eric Estrada.
What?
He's
Ponch
actually
is going to be there.
he's a cop.
Chips?
Yeah,
Ponch in Arkansas or something.
yeah. He's actually I saw him on some TV show. He's actually a police officer.
I
That's
think he
awesome.
actually is now. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's even
You
better.
mean he's an actual licensed police officer?
I believe
Well,
so.
then he said he's part of a group that goes and helps police departments who need money and funding and whatnot. So, but he did say he was an actual police officer.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know.
Larry Wilcox, his partner on Chips, will also be there, as will a few guys from Super Troopers. For those of you
Oh,
who
yeah.
are fans
Oh,
of
wow.
that.
Super Troopers.
That's
all right.
awesome.
Yeah,
Who?
Rabbit and Foster.
Yes.
Is
Those
that
were
the
the
big
characters.
bug sci-fi movie, Super Troopers?
Oh,
that
no,
one?
no, no,
no,
no.
No.
That's Starship Troopers.
Starship
My
Troopers.
bad.
Yeah.
Super Troopers is a funny one.
Yes.
Yes.
Very funny.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Broken
Very
Lizard.
inappropriate.
Got it, yeah,
Broken
yeah.
Lizard, yeah.
That's
Let's
funny.
see. And did you realize that Paul Blake would be there?
I did hear that. I think that was announced not too long ago.
Just
I saw Paul Blake at Celebration. That's the guy who played Greedo
Right, yeah.
when it wasn't a lady playing Greedo.
So is everyone going to be like doing the who shot first thing with him?
I'm sure everybody gives him that.
Hey, who shot first?
He's got to just put up with that.
Oh, I'm
so
sure in so
patiently,
many
man.
things, probably.
How much trouble would you get in? You walked up with a Nerf gun.
And
It
say,
was me.
I shot
Well, considering it's in a casino, you probably wouldn't even get through the door.
Explain something to me, gentlemen, because this has always kind of boggled my mind, and I've
Explain to
never uttered it out loud until now. Why at these toy cons and comic cons and whatnot are there WWE people?
Good question.
I don't get the
Well, they do have a lot of
tie-in.
toys.
Because they have a
Really?
ton of toys, yeah.
Ton
they
of
have
toys,
ton
a ton of
Kids like
belts.
a lot of kids like WWE.
Oh,
It's not even WWE, is it?
Yeah, it's WWE.
That's
It
what
was
it is.
WWE.
It
That's
used to be
what it says,
WWF,
yeah.
and now it's WWE.
A lot of
yeah.
kids are into that. A lot of families are into it, and they have a lot of toys, a lot of action
All right,
figures.
well, there you go.
Reese is.
I have
Reese
been
is into
educated.
that.
And
Even
remind
his
us when
Oh,
we
yeah.
get into our topic, because there's another reason why people like those WWE action figures.
All right.
So when we get into the meat of our topic today,
Oh
The
boy!
meat.
that's a good.
So there's meat in our topic. I'm out.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
wait,
know.
wait,
Oh,
wait,
well,
the vegetarian.
that's right. That's right. So what has got you guys excited for this week? Any picks? Any finds? Any?
Frank, you have quite an assortment on the table. Why don't you lead us off?
I do. Well, these aren't exactly from this week. This is like, I haven't dug into this stuff for a long time, actually. Except for this guy. I was a little excited to use him this weekend for some photo shoots in Valley of Fire. That was a lot of fun.
That was cool.
It was
was
really,
cool.
it was really fun. It was a lot of cool hikes, and he wasn't cooperating too much, and he was being a little disgruntled with me.
Or his
But-
limbs loose.
He's got his hands a little loose, ironically, but
And you posted those pictures on our.
I
Facebook
did.
Page,
I
right?
posted just a few of them because I didn't have too many, and
Yeah.
I'll get on there and look again to see if I got all of them. But
Valley
It was pretty
Fire is
fun.
really cool. I mean, it's a lot of movies were shot there. A lot of Star Trek, a few Star Trek episodes, right?
yes, a lot of Star Trek episodes actually, and then
Sheryl Crow music video.
it's like being on. It's literally like being on the surface of Mars is what it feels like because the rocks are so red and so vibrant, and then the contrast of like the blue sky, the red rocks, and then the green. The green plants are just like they pop right out of the red rocks and the
Yeah.
red sand out there. It's just incredible.
It's cool.
And then there's bighorn sheep, which I haven't posted those yet, but they were ran right through. A herd of them ran right through our campsite.
Pictures of the sheep, or are you actually going to post the sheep?
I wanted to post. I posted up against one. I thought he was going to come after me. I thought I was going to have to Olay him.
How far a drive is it from Las Vegas?
From Las Vegas, let's
Well,
say...
from where, southern...
Well, from
where
us...
we are here.
Okay, since we're in Henderson, it's only 45 minutes. Like, if you go up...
Wow.
If you go north, right after you get out of the city, it's like literally like 2 exits, and you could probably get there in probably about 15, 20 minutes, and then it's another 20 minutes down that way. Mm-hmm. So it's a real short drive, and it's just, like I said, like especially right around now in springtime, it's just incredible. Like,
it's not springtime quite yet.
No. But I'm saying like right now the weather is good.
Springtime? Okay.
Because it's like in the day it was like 60s, lower 60s, upper 50s, and the wind wasn't too bad. So I mean, it was super comfortable. And then because when you're hiking around trying to get to certain spots, you start getting heated. So
yeah. I don't know how I've lived here for 50 years and not been to Valley of Fire.
You've been to Valley of Fire.
40
it's
minutes
so close.
away. I have?
You've been to Valley of Fire.
When?
Right now my brain is a little too tired, but
Exactly.
I know for sure you've been to Valley of Fire. Don't put me on
With
the spot.
you?
I believe so.
Or with my other girlfriend?
Hello?
What about
Moving on.
What about
Are we
Death
going
Valley?
There you go. Wait a minute. Whoa.
What about Death Valley?
Never been to Death Valley.
No,
That's
never
super
been to
close.
Death
So I have
Valley.
to ask her for everything about my life. Have I seen that? Have we
No.
been there?
They
Nope.
filmed shots of Star Wars there. There's no
Oh, I
reason
know.
that we shouldn't go out there and shoot
Tatooine,
some
right?
seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Field
that sounds
trip.
cool.
Yeah, no,
Yep,
for
there we
sure.
go.
We'll do that one of these days.
Trip hiking with VTS.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like an offshoot SquadCast.
Coming up this summer.
And before I forget, I don't know, did I send you that trailer yet? Oh, I sent
Yes.
you guys the trailer.
Yes.
That's
the
what I'm really
trailer.
excited about. Is the man who shot Hitler
And,
and the Bigfoot.
and then...
And then
and then
yeah.
the Bigfoot.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
That's a heck
the
of a
Bigfoot.
title.
Yeah. And it's
Sam Elliott,
yeah,
right?
and it's Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
So
Looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. We're
When
gonna
have you heard of
I
it?
never noticed when is it coming out though. Like I watched.
they didn't have a
say?
release date on there.
Okay,
I kept looking for it too.
I'm going to try and find out.
That would be
We'll
cool.
have to find out, and if it's not showing here, we'll go somewhere to see it because
Yeah.
I think that would be totally worth it.
I think it'll be better than Primal Rage.
They should hope so. Although Primal Rage is still a good movie.
I still liked it too.
Aside from a few scenes.
One in particular, but
Yes,
otherwise
one.
it was a good flick.
Yeah.
All right, what are you excited about this week, Rob?
Are we done with Frank? It
Yeah,
looks like
I
there's so
think so.
much else there.
Well, I
There
think this
is.
is all
This
this
is
is
for
just for
later.
show?
yeah,
This is all later.
I gotcha. Well,
later stuff.
I dread going into Target now because every time I walk past the NECA,
The NECA,
figures,
I know.
I'm tempted by something that I have to buy. So I saw the RoboCop, and actually, you know what? This is the Terminator versus RoboCop figure, and it came with a robotic dog. Which, if you're not watching, you have to Google this thing because it's really, if you're into figures, the dog itself is actually the reason I probably would have bought the figure had I realized it was a Terminator face and not Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Like, I got it home and I took it out of the pack. I didn't look at it that carefully. I was
Yeah.
just like, RoboCop and a Robo Dog. Sweet.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it says on the box, Terminator. And then I get home and I realize it's
It's not Murphy.
it's not Murphy in there. But still cool. I could paint it flesh colored.
Yep, there you go.
That would be
But,
freaky, though.
but I thought that was a super... I love RoboCop. Not so much the new one
Yeah.
or the sequels.
I didn't even see the new one. I really wanted to,
Yeah.
but I wasn't getting...
I saw it, but I honestly don't remember much about it. It
Some
wasn't
movies
very memorable.
don't require a remake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they just stand alone. RoboCop was a great...
Total Recall.
Total Recall, another one.
Yeah,
you
didn't
did
really
not
need it, no.
to make that movie again. But anyways, so I'm excited to shoot with that and some other stuff in the Ready Set's Space Base, which I'm
There you go.
I've been
yeah.
messing around with a little bit lately, and I don't have
Oh,
anything
very
to
cool.
show, but been shooting with a little bit with that. And I watched a movie. This has got to be the third time I've seen this movie, but I love it every time. Plastic Galaxy. Have you guys seen that?
No.
So
I've heard of
Why
it. I don't
haven't
think
we
I've
watched it
Is it
with
on
everybody?
Netflix? I think that one is on Netflix.
I saw it first on Netflix.
Okay.
Last night I saw it on Amazon, so it should
Oh,
be
all right.
maybe available on both. It's only an hour. Like, that's my one criticism of this movie is it's only an hour and 7 minutes long. I wish it were 2 hours long because it goes back to, it's called Plastic Galaxy, and it goes back to the beginning of the Star Wars licensing with Kenner and how they came up with the figures and the early bird kit, and it just goes into all the history of the Star Wars line up through like the Power of the Force and what how they were all buffed out and nobody liked them, but they talked to a dude who like was one of the very first Star Wars toy photographers who shot the pictures. I mean, it's like this was toy photography.
Right.
They set these scenes up and put the figures in poses with little cute backgrounds, and this dude showed the camera that he used, like this big 8x10 camera.
Oh, cool.
Really super interesting. And if you're a like a vintage fan, like a 50-year-old Star Wars fan like me, it's kind of emotional because it really takes you back to when you were a kid and you saw, these cards and these figures from, things are so different now because everything's immediate. You can watch a movie on your phone before you get home from the theater, basically after seeing it in the theater. But back in the day, cue the music. There was no other. Once you left the theater, you were like, you had to just remember it.
Yeah.
And then you got the figures, and you could actually bring that world into your house or into your backyard or whatever. So it's it's a great movie, Plastic Galaxy. I think I'm gonna probably buy it because I've seen it probably 3 times, and I should probably
watching it every time.
I should just buy it and have it
on hand.
So yeah. Oh, and then lastly, you probably didn't watch Saturday Night Live this weekend.
No, I didn't.
But I showed Patti the band, the musical guest. Do you know who it was?
No.
Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, yes.
And they were coming up, and Patti was like, "Who is this? We can fast forward." And I was
awesome.
like, "Nope, you gotta see these guys."
Blew me away.
Yeah.
Seriously, aren't they?
I had no
seen?
idea.
Well, you've seen them live.
I've seen them, yeah. And then Apple Music has some exclusives. So if you go on Apple Music, they have a few videos where they interview the band, and then some live stuff. They're just
We only
so
have seen
cool.
about half of the show so far, and we saw their first performance, but a few moments
She
into
goes,
it.
Led Zeppelin,
And
Rush.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm not
their
a-
new
Am
stuff.
I getting that vibe?
It took
here?
me a
Yeah,
second.
their new stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, it almost kind of
little
sounds like
Rushy.
Rushy.
Yeah.
Rush and
But
like
still with-
AC/DC like together.
Yeah,
I
And
was
that
like,
still
too.
with that Zeppelin influence too.
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
for
But
sure, yeah.
You got to check these guys out if you like. I mean,
They're good.
if you like
Yeah,
rock
they're
and
super
roll,
cool.
Greta Van Fleet. They were on. I saved the SNL episode if you ever want to watch it, or you
Yeah.
can probably see it on demand, I guess. But
it's like I'm not a huge Zeppelin fan. I mean, there's definitely Zeppelin songs that I like.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I really like Greta
Well, they're-
Van Fleet. They're really cool.
they're
Their music's
kids,
really
right?
good.
I mean,
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, compared to us, yeah, for sure.
Well, everybody's kids compared to us, but I mean, didn't you tell me they were like 16 or 17 or something?
I thought so when they first did
When
their
they first
first
started,
album.
when they
Now
first picked
they're
up
like
instruments, now
19s
they're
or
30,
20s or
right?
something like that.
All right, but they're still young.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and when you
To rock so heavy.
when you watch them in interviews, they have these personalities. Where like, oh yeah, they're total throwback rock stars.
Yeah, well,
Like,
the
they're
kid
like-
was wearing like a
yeah.
tether. What do they call that? Tassel-y
Tassel.
shirt, like
yeah.
frizzy hair, channeling Robert Plant.
They asked him something, and he's like, I just can't wait to see where our mythology grows. And he's like talking like this way, and I'm just like, he's a total rock star. Like he's just got the whole
At like 18.
just
Yeah.
growing his mythology. I was like, all right, yeah.
They've been around since 2012. That's when they formed.
When they were
so
7.
How old were
7
they? 5?
years ago.
Like fresh out of the womb?
Let me try and get something. I'm just reading here.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from the womb, Greta Van Fleet.
It doesn't say their ages.
Oh my
I
God.
cannot find out how old they are. Anybody out
By
there?
way of
Simple
the,
that.
by way of the, what is it? The fallopian tube?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Sorry.
what? How did this go
I
there?
don't know.
Okay, fresh from the womb. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
All right.
And to answer the burning question about the man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot,
Then.
which is the exact title, February 8th.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
that's really
Yeah.
soon.
Holy cow, that's right around the corner.
That it is.
Man.
Hey, field trip.
I got a gig that night.
Well, we wouldn't go opening night. Let's go like the weekend, or
All right, we can
a
go
few
after
days
that, yeah.
after. Yeah.
Played in Boulder City that night.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be there.
That's right. Sunset Ridge if you like country music. All right, anyway, sorry.
That's the first time you plugged your band.
That is the first time I played.
Wow.
And the last.
What?
Hey,
We got to keep them
if we-
separated.
you got to keep them separated.
Never the two shall meet.
I guess not. All right. Message me if you want
Except
to know
for
more.
tonight.
Oh, stop. So, and if anybody
Sounds
can
like
tell
it.
us how old these babies are,
Oh, it's on Wikipedia.
I'm looking. It does not have the age.
Oh.
Just that they formed in 2012.
That's funny.
That's the best I can do, fellas.
Rick, what's new in your world? What's
I honestly I don't have much of anything. I got one
Great.
little. Did you say great?
boring?
You say you don't have anything.
Well, no, those are older, but I did get
But
another,
still.
and this will go into our topic later. But I did get another
Oh wow!
Vitruvian
Oh,
hacks.
nice.
So this is Lacuna, the Cavern Fairy.
Lacuna Matata.
There you go.
She don't give a care in the world.
So, I did get another Predator because, like you, I've unfortunately
You guys are
now
out of control.
when I go
We're gonna have a
to
shelf
Target,
that looks like the
my
Frankenstein shelf.
I
where
know.
there's
It's like-
4 deep and 10
Oh.
across.
So, but like you say, you walk in and you automatically do one of these. You're like, oh, there's the NECA section. So I went over there and they had the new wave of Predators that came out, and there's one that's blue.
Oh yeah, the blue Predator.
blue one.
Yeah, yeah,
Arcade
yeah.
version.
Yeah,
right,
the
or something
arcade
like that.
version of them. So
Is that the one you put
that's
on
the
there
one I
with
bought.
Porg?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
I did make a meme with him. If you want to check out my meme, it's he's eating a porg. So it says porg. It's what's for dinner.
Patty's not happy about.
Yeah, Patty's not happy about that one.
Wait, where's... Yeah, that's the one I meant to hit. Sorry.
Poor porg. But it's
That's a
super cool
killer
filler.
looking figure. Man.
Yeah,
It
it's
does
really
look
cool.
neat.
I never saw a blue Predator, but that was,
Maybe he's
that
That was
choking.
cool. Maybe he's choking on porg.
He's choking on a pork bone.
He's got a porg bone stuck in his throat.
Chew your food. Also, public service announcement. Remember, kids, chew your food.
That's right. Those
Could end up
feathers are
blue.
hard to swallow.
You can end up blue like the Predator.
Are they feathers or is it fur or is it a combination?
I'm assuming, yeah.
I think they're like a pelican. What's a pelican?
Or like a
Pelican's a bird still.
yeah?
But I mean, like, what do they got?
they have
I would imagine
feathers.
it's more
They have
like-
feathers.
They have feathers.
Are you thinking penguins? Is it more like a penguin?
What did I say?
You said pelican.
Pelican.
Hey, pelican
The
man.
pelicans. You
Yeah, pelican. Yeah,
got
obviously
these
not
big
a pelican.
wingspans and like.
Penguin.
The penguin. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Different squad.
You okay,
sorry.
Rob?
It's been a long day,
Man.
but yes, I'm okay.
What about
are
you, Patty?
I'm
Any excitement for this week?
You're baiting me.
Any disappointments for
Little
this
bit.
week? Any
He's a master at that.
angry flashes?
Any
Nice.
issues?
So, this morning the Oscar nominations came out, and there were quite a few surprises and snubs.
Some disappointments, right?
Well, yeah, that's part of the surprises, the good and
Did
the
you
bad.
have to call your father?
God. Okay, let's just clear the elephant in the room. I don't get it. Black Panther got 7 nominations. Now, granted, not one was for acting.
What were they for? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Well, okay, so
Best Picture.
obviously Best
7?
Picture. It's got 7
Wow,
nominations.
that's
I
a
don't know
lot.
about that.
I didn't
Then
know
there's
you
like
had that many.
visual effects, sound editing. Oh my God, original song for. Oh, I have to look at whose song.
Oh, I hope not the Eminem one. Was that one?
No,
No.
That was a different movie.
Wait, what movie was that song? Was that Deadpool?
It was no.
It was some superhero movie. And there's some Eminem song. I was like, what is
It
this?
was Venom. Venom.
Venom.
Venom.
Say on
Venom.
something we
Venom.
just saw
Venom.
recently.
Venom.
Yeah, let's not talk about Venom because that was another disappointment. But let's see. I can't see. It was like the score, editing, visual effects, costume. It's got like all of those types of noms, which okay. But a best
Best
original
Picture?
song, All the Stars. I don't know who
I don't
sang
even
it.
know.
All
song.
the stars in Wakanda.
I just
For your
think
father.
it's so overrated, and there were movies that should have been nominated that didn't get nominated, and that makes me angry.
Name one.
Bad Times at the El Royale. much better film.
Yep.
It got
Infinity Wars?
screwed over in every way.
Much better superhero movie for sure. If you're gonna
Oh,
You
you
say
Are
that's
you-
the best picture. I mean, Infinity Wars blew
If-
that one away.
Well, see, there you go. That's what I'm saying. What about Wonder Woman from
yeah.
like a year or two ago? What about The Dark Knight? There have been better superhero movies that could have been in that Best Picture race, and they weren't.
I gotta dial you down, man. You're
sorry.
getting all excited.
I'm sorry.
No,
I gotta do my
Sorry,
mixing
I
back
walked
here.
right
It's
into
underst-
that trap.
it's understandable because I like the movie. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
It's a fun movie. It's okay. I'll
It's
watch
a fun
it.
popcorn movie. Is it a Best Picture Oscar
no.
winner?
No way.
And when you look at the fact that none of the actors or actresses got any recognition, well, that's not what the movie was about. It wasn't about their performances. It's just about people loving this Wakanda place and going crazy for it for all these other reasons that I think aren't fair.
Maybe it's just paving the way for Aquaman for next year.
Sorry. That was me vomiting in my mouth. Sorry.
It could happen.
Hey, they could get visuals.
In an alternate universe.
So aside from all of the
Soundtrack.
Wakanda and whatnot, there were some other kind of snubs. Won't You Be My Neighbor? The Mr. Rogers documentary
Did you guys
is
see
not
that?
I didn't even get a chance to see it.
Oh, it was
No.
I really wanted
wonderful.
beautiful.
Great-
it was
great
so
movie.
well done.
I've heard
about
that it
this
was
not
really
even
good.
nominated.
beloved man. I think it was on so many best lists for last year, and it got nothing. And that just bummed me out. And then I thought Mary Queen of Scots should have got some kind of nominations. That was a powerful movie, and it didn't.
Not even acting.
No, it got nothing. It really got nothing.
What was Emily Blunt in?
Emily Blunt, well, she could
Mary
have had
Poppins?
two. Mary Poppins.
Because they said she got snubbed.
She got snubbed. Now, Mary Poppins is up for 4 awards, but they're musical and visual stuff. But she didn't get a nod for that, and she didn't get a nod for A Quiet Place.
Guardians
She
2 come out
could have-
last year.
She could have done that.
It was year before.
The year before.
Yeah.
So,
think it
it's
was year
just,
before.
it's too bad. And then animated, obviously we all know Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to win, rightfully so. Totally agree with that. But Isle of Dogs was nominated, and that was, I feel so bad for Wes Anderson, because any other year I think he might have won it, but not when he's up against this fantastic Spider-Man movie.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, big fan of the movie too, but I just don't know why that one is getting so much hype. Like, it was good, but I don't know. To me, everyone's thinking that it's
Versus
just,
other animation.
I guess.
Like
yeah.
I mean, what other?
I think it was groundbreaking in a way, in the sense that they filmed it in that comic style. I think
The time.
I think involving
play.
all of those different Spider-Man and Spider
Maybe because I read it every month, it's not as surprising to me.
See, I think it
Maybe
spoke
that's
to
what
a
it
lot of
is.
people.
Yeah.
It blew me away.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as superhero
He's the
movies,
critic,
it's
man.
probably-
He's so
I just don't
burned
like,
on.
superhero movies to the extent that
Was
you
it
guys
the
do.
the story, or what was it that really grabbed you?
The story was enthralling, but I think more than anything, probably it was the style of it and just the fun, the music.
They had
That makes
fun
sense.
with themselves. So it's like if you were a fan of the Spider-Man mythology and all of the comics, you got it on that level. But if you were green to that, I think you could still appreciate it the way they introduced all those different characters or all the different versions in all the different universes. And so I think they just hit a home run. I really do. It was fantastic. So I have no
makes sense.
problem. I think that's awesome. I think
think-
it deserves it.
Do you think it will win? Is it getting the hype?
I think it will win.
It's
I
like
think
a
so,
sure
like-
thing, kind of.
I honestly, now that I say that stuff out loud, I really do think, because I read the comic books every month, that I didn't have that big of a
didn't have
wow
that
factor
experience,
compared to, because it's like, oh yeah, I know who that character is, and I know who that character is. Yeah, it's super cool, but
What are the other animated movies?
I think it's going to change the way people make anime movies. So Incredibles 2 got a nomination, and I was disappointed in that.
Visually, I thought it was
they should just
amazing.
make an Edna Mole spinoff, and we'll be good.
There you go. I'm in for that.
Me too.
Ralph Breaks the Internet, which we didn't see that,
Yeah, I didn't see that
the
one.
second one to that yet. Isle of Dogs, which is absolutely phenomenal, A+, and would normally have my passion behind it, but I have to go with Spider-Man. And then one I've never heard of, Mirai, Mirai. I'm not sure.
No, it's probably another.
Anime.
Don't know
anime.
any. I think it is. but I don't really know anything else
I'm
about
pretty
it.
sure I think I know what it is, but I can't remember.
So
For sure.
the
What are the other Best Picture that are going to lose to
don't
Black Panther?
Wakanda?
they are not going to lose to that.
I hope they do, just because
Oh,
that would be amazing.
So, I thought overall that was a pretty good list, except for that one, and then
And they could-
leaving one or two off.
They could do 10, but they only did 8, right?
They did, I think, 7. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 8. You're right. But they could have gone up to 10. So that's the thing. It's like, why not throw in another film or two? So Black Panther, Black Klansman, which was the Spike
Oh,
Lee
yeah,
joint.
okay, I know what that
was
was, yeah.
fantastic. Great movie. Bohemian Rhapsody. Another A+, great movie. Did you see it yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
you
I've seen it. Frank was the one that didn't see
Oh,
it at
Frank
that
did.
time.
No, I saw it.
He's seen it now, though.
Okay. Oh, good. The Favorite, which was my favorite, which is like a very dark period movie.
Never heard of it.
Green Book.
Never heard of it.
That's the one
Vigo.
with Viggo
Oh, yeah, I really wanted to see
Mortensen
that.
and
You did?
Mahershala
Yeah, I
Ali.
did.
Oh, I didn't know
I like
that was
Viggo
his
Mortensen.
name.
I
That's
think
where
he's
he
a great
goes
actor.
touring down south.
Yes.
Yes, I
Based
wanted to
on
see that.
Yeah.
real events and real
Right, right.
people. Roma,
What? That's
which
called
is
The
a
Green
foreign
Mm-hmm.
language film. So that's kind of creating some controversy
What
because people are saying why
Yeah, there's
wasn't
a
it
category
in the
for that.
foreign language? So
Because they're
Rome,
saying it's good enough to be
it's
in the big one.
Alfonso Cuarón, and he, he did that movie. A Star Is Born, and then Vice, the one about Dick Cheney and
Oh,
GW.
yeah. I've heard that was good, too. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I
Okay.
do want to see that.
Looks
So,
pretty awesome.
as it gets closer, I'll probably start weighing in on my thoughts if anybody cares.
I'm all for Black Panther, man.
Dude, there's the door.
I'm just saying, out of all those movies that you mentioned,
Overrated. Oh, why
I'm good
why
for
don't
Black
you,
Panther.
viewers or listeners weigh in? Let us know. Am I completely off base?
Jace.
Do you
Way.
agree with me? What do you think?
Way off base. No. I agree with you.
It's a popcorn film,
It's
and
a-
that's
you know,
not
yeah.
Best Picture.
That
Yeah,
should
if
never
we're gonna
be a
say
best
superhero
picture.
films and just tell me
I
that,
can think of 3
go ahead
right
and
off
say,
the top of my
go
head.
and say Infinity Wars isn't better than that, then convince me otherwise.
Yes.
So that's my soapbox. I'm gonna.
But
there you go. In all seriousness, when you think of, at least me, and I'm not as versed in movies as you guys, and you know me, I like everything. But when you think of Best Picture, I always thought of a movie that would have a really deep message or something that was really moving. And I love Black Panther, but I didn't. There was a message there, but I don't know if there was a deep message
See,
enough.
that
but-
was one of my beefs
So I don't
with
know,
it.
but
yeah,
it's still probably hands down my favorite Marvel movie.
Still.
Still, well, because to me, Infinity War isn't finished yet. So when the sequel comes out, I'm going to view that as a whole movie. I don't
yeah, but it's
view.
like Empire Strikes Back.
Well, what about even like the third Thor, Ragnarok? That was so good. That was. I'd rather watch that than Black Panther.
It was good, but I would. I mean, yeah, no, I'm still.
I respect Black Panther and I love what it did, and I know that it spoke to so many around the globe, and I'm good with all of that. I just think it's a little bit overrated as far as the quality.
Hey, anytime you have people riding rhinoceroses, I mean
You
that
kind
just
of
puts
have a
it
point.
above any other superhero movie because you've never seen a rhino.
Well, that's true.
Rhino
ridden
Rider.
before. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
A rhino rider.
A rhino rider.
There's a reason for that.
Oh,
What they
you don't want to
call
get horned in the
Nobody
wrong
wants
spot.
to see.
it? What do you call it, a rhinoceros?
All right, well, definitely keep us in the loop of your
I will.
They did.
what you think.
They did open a broader audience to. Not that they needed more people to start watching superhero movies.
I know now the theater's
I
more
think they
crowded.
did broaden it, but I do have to say, like, after watching Infinity Wars, I heard some hilarious comments when things did take part, and they just introduced Black Panther, and then they didn't. So that was really fun. I mean,
What do you mean? I just
Like-
missed that whole thing.
well, here we go. Like, so Black Panther is introduced,
Right.
one of the highest grossing movies.
Yes.
Well, I don't. Spoiler alert, I guess.
If
When-
they don't know by now.
I know. Well, if when Thanos fades him out, I heard a lot of people in the audience get really mad, like immediately. Like
Oh.
they were like, "What the?" They're just
Because
there's a
you
lot of
just met this
expletives.
character, and now
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did Black Panther get?
hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But and I
is that in the movie?
in
Yes.
fairness, like, yeah. In fairness, I was thinking, I was like, okay, it's like one of the third highest grossing movies of all times. You think Disney's honestly going to keep him gone forever?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
it's
seriously,
almost
man?
like a almost.
But then
yeah,
again,
like a-
we're at an unfair advantage because we know the story. Of
But
the
we
Yeah,
Infinity
but
know.
even then,
So-
like, I was like, there's no
Well,
way.
that's like I know because my daughter,
There's a
who's
sequel.
9, and then my wife too. You know, my daughter was crying at the end of Infinity War, and then my wife was like, and I'm like, don't worry, they'll be back. They're not really dead. It's a superhero movie. Like, they'll come back.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of Spider-Man. They just started that franchise.
Yeah,
Let's
that-
kill that off. Sony's only awesome grossing franchise right
Speaking
now.
of that, have you seen the trailer?
Nope. Nope. I refuse.
Is this another
Oh.
Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, they
Yes.
released a trailer
Far
for the
Away from
Spider-Man
Home.
movie. Far from home. Yeah.
Oh, starring this new kid.
Yes, you liked Homecoming. You liked him.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why do you speak for me? I did not like that kid.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I told you I liked what's his name, Toby better.
You said you liked Toby in 1 and 2 a little bit better, but that
Well, I
you
certainly
thought the
didn't
kid
like
was
him in
okay.
number 3.
The
I don't think he liked
dancing
himself
Toby.
in 3.
No, he got 2.
Nobody liked 3.
I told you I wasn't crazy about this kid. You want to fight about this right now on the air?
I wasn't crazy about this kid. He's just a scruffy little nerf herder.
I thought he won you over by the end.
I don't remember. We'll have to see. We'll have to see this one and see.
Bum,
Anyway.
bum, bum.
But anyway,
Without ruining Frank's, the trailer was really good. It definitely piqued my interest, and I'm excited to
I
see
saw
where
the new
this movie
suit, if it's
goes.
any consolation.
Yeah, but it's just another
I
Spider-Man
know.
suit, just different shades.
I still saw it.
Different shades of the Parker.
Yeah, like we haven't seen any other shades.
All right, are we ready to move into what we were talking about this week?
let's do it.
The
Let's
meat,
do it.
so to speak.
All right, so we've been
Meat. Let's get to the
noticing
meat.
as of late a lot
meat of this
of
taco.
what would you call them? I guess indie pop-up
Independent.
companies, independent
Yeah.
action figure companies popping up, and they've shown up all over on Kickstarter. Is probably the biggest one where you see them pop up all the time, and then on different social medias, and some of them have even come to cons. You haven't come to any Vegas cons yet, though, so
Yeah, what's up?
bring that over here this way. A lot of East Coast cons they show up at and stuff like that.
Hopefully we can reach that.
We'll hashtag him in our description, and then they'll see us.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the independent action figure companies that are out there, and then something that goes along right with that, which is customizing and making your own action figures. Because one of my favorite companies is the Boss Fight Studios, and that's where I had that Lacuna.
The cave, what's her name?
Cave Fairy?
Dweller? Cave Fairy?
I think I've shown a few of these before, and they call them the Vitruvian Hacks, and it stands for Highly Articulated Character Kit System. Because the neat thing about these is that you can literally take almost every piece apart and you can interchange it with any of the other action figures. It's completely compatible. It kind of reminds me of Micronauts back in the late 70s, early 80s. A lot of those you could take the pieces off and you could...
Except hyper detailed.
Yeah, these are really, really hyper detailed. A lot of cool accessories.
And they're all basically fantasy type figures, right?
Yeah, right now
Basically.
they've got 2 lines where they've got the
They got Greek mythology.
Greek mythology type figures, and then they've got this fantasy line that's going pretty strong right now.
And they keep
with all
putting out
those.
new waves of in each line.
Oh yeah, look at that, all kinds.
Have a look at the back.
Wow, look at you.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
I love
Rick's been doing some shopping.
I'm sorry, Ken.
it. He's been gathering through the.
Holy
Got quite a
mackerel.
few.
I don't think I saw that guy.
This one is the Lord Viamus, the Dragon Cult Warrior Priest. So what's cool, I mean, they've come with different heads, so you could buy multiple copies of the same figure and essentially have a different...
You can just
Character
put that
each
skull
time.
as his head, and he's
And you
Yeah.
can use the heads on different bodies.
Oh yeah, you can put the heads on any of the different
the
bodies.
helmets and-
Uh-huh.
I got the
They all
Knight of
fit.
Asperity. I don't know what the hell Asperity is, but this dude is badass. Look at it's got a skeleton head. He's got
Look at the face that
4
comes with
different
him.
heads,
got all that
Four?
war paint on him.
3 helmets, and a different head with looks like blood.
And
That's really cool.
I got an orc It has beard and no beard.
Yeah, so you can do multiple orc heads, different helmets.
Clean shaven.
You could make a whole orc army. That'd be great.
You could have
You could
no shave
clean
November.
shaven orcs versus
No
the
name
bearded
November.
orcs. You have a great war, the Great Beard War.
They have Vandar, the warrior
You
Jesus.
guys aren't laughing at my jokes, man.
I was laughing. I
There's
thought
just
it was
so
good.
many right now.
It
There's
was
just
good.
so
It was
many.
good. He's just overwhelmed with all the
Look
with all the hacks.
I am. Like, look at all the details. And
Vandar looks a little bit like Jesus.
yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
a little bit.
But they're cool. Like if you're really into
Put a
like the
robe on that
4-inch
guy.
line,
God, look at the abs on him. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's got the muscles of Jesus. At least portrayed Jesus.
Easy.
is it time for my line? Are we moving on? Moving on.
Yes.
Almost.
I'm dying to
Got
take
Jesus
this out of
abs.
the. I want
So-
to take that out of the
They
package.
slide
can-
out easily.
I know. That's a you gotta. Yeah.
That's the thing. So see, the cool thing, and again, I've noticed with a lot of different of these independent companies, I've got the boss fight here, and then this is another one from Spiro Toys. This is Animal Warriors of the Kingdom.
Spiro. Spero.
Yes.
Spiro.
So these guys, they make, like animal type fantasy characters, almost like
I've
the
seen these guys at the time.
Island of
Yeah, I looked
Dr.
at 'em on the
Moreau.
web. I did my homework.
Well, I was a little busy today.
Sorry, Rick.
That's all good.
I wanted to try last night.
But the cool thing with these packages is you can just slip the card right out the back. So it slides out, so there's no damage
That's nice.
to the card, and then you can take out the figure again without damaging anything. So if you wanted to display it, you could keep it displayed in that way. You could take it out, you can do photos with it, you can
What a cool option.
customize, you can do whatever you need with it.
Be nice if
Without-
Hasbro would take a lesson from that.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they got the boxes. Everything's in boxes. now.
Everything's in
Carded,
boxes.
everyone I think the public would go nuts if they did that. Like not in a good way. Like, I feel like vendors would be like furious. Well, not to mention like it'd probably be a lot easier for people to steal stuff. Like,
That's true. Yeah.
These
Yeah,
are
you
a
could-
pretty hot commodity. Like even
They're
open,
pricey.
They're very pricey online. You can get, if you get them from the website, they're not that bad. They're in the low 20s a piece, and you can get them straight from Boss Fight Studios, and order them that way. But if you tend to go the Evil Bay route, sometimes they get really, really pricey. So
Yeah.
I would suggest just going straight to the company. You do pay for shipping, but in the long run, they stand behind their product and you know what you're getting.
Right.
It comes to you very quick. I've ordered several from the company. They come very, very quick.
And they do specials every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
You-
And then
Yeah.
they do all kind of different, accessories and all kinds of stuff like that. So,
The only thing is with all they do are 4-inch figures right now,
yes, yeah.
which are cool, but for photography, the detail and the level of I don't know, something about the 6-inch figures just lends itself better to that.
Yeah, a lot of photographers, because I think Boba Patti even said that he likes the 6-inch ones.
Yeah.
So one of the independent companies that we found doing 6-inch figures is Mythic Legions. Have you seen the Mythic Legions?
yes.
Yeah, so that's done by the Four Horsemen, and those are 6-inch fantasy figures.
Yeah, but you have to mortgage your house to buy a
Yes.
set of those.
Yeah, I don't know if there's buying a set of those because
Yeah, they're
They're-
beautiful figures.
they are.
Really, really nice. And as long as we're talking about, we mentioned Boba Pat, I'll mention another Instagram toy photographer.
yeah,
1/6 Shooter. Look for his stuff on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. He uses, I think, some of these Mythic Legions figures and a lot of these like nice, high quality, detailed action figures in some really cool photography.
yeah.
So
He's done quite a few shots that are super cool
yeah, really neat stuff.
with all that. So, I just started dabbling because I can't even remember where I first saw these. I think I saw them on Facebook or something. They randomly popped up in my feed.
It's not even a year ago that you started
Yeah.
pulling these up.
And then I started doing some more digging, and there's a bunch of companies that do these. Marauder. Have you guys seen Marauder?
That I didn't see.
So they do the 4-inch, and they do military type figures.
Oh,
Those are
yeah,
the ones
you
I
know what?
didn't
I
look
did
at.
see
Okay.
this. Yeah, I did. They had them at
Frankenstein?
Frankenstein when we were out there.
Oh.
They had there was a whole display of them, and it was really cool.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yes.
see those.
I
I
wasn't
wish I
paying
would have
attention.
saw that. Okay, all right.
It was really cool.
They're super cool. All the G.I. Joe, because it's been a few years since G.I. Joe's been on the pegs. So a lot of folks will get those and they'll do their customs with the Marauder ones.
They look just like your average G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah, and they come with different heads, different bodies.
They're detailed military
Yeah.
branches too.
And then the cool thing is the accessories. So they do all kind of
Yep.
vests, all kind of bags, backpacks, little tiny things, goggles,
Yeah,
guns,
gloves, like
yes,
everything.
they
Wow.
all kind of for these little 4-inch figures. So it's pretty.
Who's buying for these kind of figures like this?
Modelers.
Adult collectors?
Yes, and it's funny that you say that because right on the box it says.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it says for adult collectors.
Wow.
It says adult collectible for ages 15 and up.
So here you have a toy that's
Sorry,
telling
Dad.
you
Specifically
this is
marketed.
not for children.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
wondered about that because, yeah, you're spending $25 a pop for these things.
Yeah.
And, you know, your kid wants to take it out in the sandbox or whatever and have a, you know, no thank you.
Well, Madison does really like those.
Yeah.
So she does.
Tiger guy.
I know. Yeah, we have a tiger guy over here somewhere.
Oh,
is this the tiger guy?
No,
that's
it's
the
not him. It's the assassin.
There he is.
The monkey with an eye patch. Yes.
This is Tiberius.
Yeah, he
There he
looks
is.
just like
Yeah.
Tiger.
Thundercats.
That's
right?
why I gravitated towards these because I saw him first and I was like, oh, cool. It reminds me of
And
Thundercats.
that Atreyu guy looks like
Yeah.
Rhino over there.
So yeah, she really does like, and she
See
really
this guy
likes
again.
the Vitruvian hacks because they have a lot of different elf characters and female characters. So she really gets into the elves and females.
Tiberius.
There you go.
Yeah, they're very cool. But I did notice a lot of the, as I was looking through some of the sites that you had sent,
Yeah.
a lot of them have, are very plain, like they don't have a lot of shading, they don't have, now there was, Locker Toys.
Yeah.
I think they're out of Japan.
Yes.
They had, I was looking at these Predator figures,
Those are coming out soon.
and they're unbelievable. And then I saw that they're 4-inch, like what is it, 1/18th? Is that
Yeah,
1/18th
1/18 scale, yeah.
You're going to go over that.
Yeah, we'll go over
But I could have sworn that they were 6-inch figures. The incredible
The detail.
detail on these Locker Toys.
So I don't know specifically what Locker Toys. I don't know if they have the if they do the tooling, but they have the same molds and everything because they're connected with Vitruvian hacks. So the other things that are produced by Locker Toys, the zombie lab figures and stuff like that, they use the same molds as the Vitruvian hacks.
Okay.
So like with the hacks, the ones that I show you here, these are actual character ones, and then they do have, these are called blanks.
Yeah.
So
Those are cool.
they come in all kind of different plastics and all kind of different shades, specifically for the customizers who want to paint them and do stuff.
Or just
with
don't
them.
want to buy the Iceman figure.
Yeah, he would be pretty cool. But I was still thinking, so like throwing some paint on him to make it. You know.
Yeah, just a little frosting.
Or he could be, who's the blue dude in The Watchmen?
Oh yeah.
Why am I forgetting his
Yep.
name right now?
Oh, Rorschach?
No.
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 Mr. Is it Majestic or something?
Captain,
No.
Dr. Manhattan.
Oh,
Dr. Manhattan. That's what
Oh,
it
the
is.
blue.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah, we just have to put some black around his eyes, and he's good. Look at you with the comic book now.
Yeah,
Coming
what?
out, yeah,
What?
see?
Yeah.
Coming
Points
out
for
with-
Rob on that one.
Yay!
And somebody said they don't understand that movie.
Huh?
I had somebody just the other day say, I don't really understand this movie. What's going on?
The Watchmen?
Yeah, I mean, the story was made in 1983 or 84.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's held to this date. Like, I don't know. I understand. I get why. It's a mirror image of that comic from that long ago. So, anyway, sorry. Getting lost. But he does look a lot like Energized Dr. Manhattan.
He does.
So that's a big part of customization, and what these independent companies are doing is releasing like blank figures or figures with very little paint or no paint so that you can do what you want.
Yeah, and customize with them.
And the paint, I'm just looking at that thinking, how are you going to get paint to stick to that plastic? And it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't like
sandpaper.
it doesn't beat up or like, you know what I mean?
No,
You
a
gotta
lot of
rough it
times,
up.
I mean, you know, prime it, and then you can go from there.
They should come primed.
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Custom,
Yeah,
no.
some of them do. But even like this one, like I wouldn't prime this one because I want the translucency
Right.
to come through.
Yeah.
So I would just hit it with some shading and then some dry brushes, just to make it pop a little bit. But that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's their whole thing with these system things is so that people can mix and match, and people are buying tons of them to make armies and all kinds of stuff with them. So.
I don't know how you can buy tons of them at $25 a pop, man.
I know it's hard. You got to limit yourself. Buy one
small
month,
army.
one a month, one a month, or one every 2 months, and you're good. And then
I
eventually you build up.
I can't.
I did want to comment on Fresh Monkey figures. Did you look at their figures?
Yes,
Did you see the flaming carrot?
yes. That's on their what's that line? The superhero one.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
one like everything's done by a different artist and then brought to life. Because
Yeah.
I guess it's a publishing company. I guess they have their own line of independent comics or something.
Right.
maybe?
Yeah. Because the Flaming Carrot was a comic book.
I guess
believe
so. I don't know.
yeah.
I saw a human body and
And a big-
carrot head, and I was like, well, there's a figure I'm not buying.
That was funny. Yeah, that was freshmonkeyfiction.com. Those guys, and they are the ones that are bringing back Eagle Force.
Are they bringing Sexy back?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
And Eagle Force.
Eagle
Eagle
Force.
Force, that sexy?
And Monster Force, because they're going to have a Sasquatch figure in Monster Force.
Oh, boy.
Yep, so I'll have to get that one.
Pre-order.
If they ever... You got to go to their Kickstarter because, you know...
Rick, I'm
gotta
sorry.
support.
You had nobody to high five around for
Oh,
that Bigfoot figure. I'm sure you were super excited that
I was
time.
excited for that.
I'm excited for you,
Bigfoot,
man. That
but,
sounds
you know.
awesome. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of companies too. The one I found was that Go Native Toys, and they just have blanks. So they just have and then people build up with clay or
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah.
put all kinds of stuff on it. So it's pretty cool. So
Bondo.
Well,
I don't know,
It's,
Bondo.
well, it's not Bondo, but it's like, I don't know. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube on how to make your own figures,
Yeah.
and just like people are just making these tiny ones, and it is like it's kind of like, it does remind me of Bondo.
So you put clay and then you kind of sculpt it
and
with
it,
little
and it
sculpting
hardens
tools and
by
whatnot?
itself.
Yeah.
And that's how they make the mold of it, and then they, I don't know. There's a huge process that we'll have to
I'd
go
like
through
to do
another
that.
time. It'd
If
be a
I
lot
had-
of fun.
If I had time
if
for
you had
another
time
hobby.
for another hobby, I know that's the thing. If you had time for another hobby.
Or money.
One thing Rob and I were talking about before, because when I was looking some stuff up, I was still confused about the scales. Because I use, it's a 4-inch or it's a 6-inch, but all the cool people, well, that's 1/18.
They use ratios.
Yeah, so they
Cool
use
people
these
use
ratios. It's like, I'm not doing math. I do that enough at school. So, so for all of you wondering, the scales explained from VTS, 1/18 is
4-inch.
the 4-inch. Yeah, so 3 3/4 to 4-inch, 1/12 scale.
That would be the 6.
Oh, look at this!
I like this
Frank knows. He's like,
participatory.
that would be the 6.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 6, Frank?
Six, about 6. You want to test it out? Hold up
One.
to 6. Hold up to 6. See if I'm right.
This one I didn't know it had its own ratio. 1/10, 1 to 10.
1/10?
1/10 ratio. Yeah,
Is that 10-inch?
it's our friend. I'll give you a hint. Rob and I talked about it because we pass this section in Target all the time.
Oh, yeah.
NECA.
Like these guys are.
Dead Space.
What are
Dead
they,
Air.
like 9-inch?
7.
7?
7 inches.
Good old-fashioned
Yep.
7.
7
Is
inches.
7-inch the original?
What do you mean?
Well, why are you saying good old fashioned?
Just
I don't know. We're just
Oh,
Why do they got to be all weird with it?
because it's their own company, so they're like, "Hey, you want 6
That's
inches?
like-
We're putting another inch on our plastic."
they don't.
That sounds like they're compensating for something. I'm just saying.
They don't fit in scale.
They don't fit
all
in
the rest
scale
of
with
this
the other
stuff.
ones. Yeah, so you just have to do photo shoots with just NECA, or you can juxtapose them to
Yeah,
get,
use
depths and
perspective.
stuff. What about 1/9?
Wait a minute.
I don't know of any examples
cheat.
like that.
I'm not
so-
cheating. I was looking at your. I was still just
Checking out my
really?
Robo?
7 inches. 1/9. I just know with 1/6, so I gotta go with
Oh.
one. I gotta go with 10 inches on that.
No, that one's 8 inches.
Wrong again.
8
Suck
inches.
at math.
And what about 1/6? 1/6 scale.
That's a 12-inch.
That's a 12-inch.
Yeah, there you go.
And then 1/4.
1/4.
It was like the
Getting
weight.
No, there's not.
I know, like-
Hey, you got to put in some like a hamster wheel. At least that's going on. Some
Yeah,
wheels turning.
something. Yeah, wheels are.
If I had to guess, 1/4, 20 inches.
Close. 18.
Mm.
So,
It's
there you
actually
go.
the scale of the figure compared to the average human person.
Right,
Yeah.
the average human body. But I don't even know what that size is. Like, what's the average human
It's
person?
probably about you. You're probably just right about
I'm just
average.
average.
Probably. So there you go.
Again.
Probably, 5'10". I don't know, but yeah. So
C's get degrees. That's what I was saying.
it's like in photography with apertures. The bigger the number is, the smaller
The smaller
the
figures,
aperture.
yeah.
So the bigger, 18. That's the smallest figure, 1/18th, because it's a ratio. Horatio.
It is cool because if you do any of the 4-inch figures and you want motorcycles for them, there's a lot of Harley puts out 1/18th scale Harleys
Oh, neat.
that are replicas. I got a bunch of those for my Dreadnoks for Zartan and
Yeah,
and the Dreadnoks.
well, I saw a line in,
I can't believe I just heard that sentence.
So Zartan has a Harley, but I don't.
I saw a line of dirt bikes at Walmart that looked like they fit them, and like BMX racers and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like they fit that scale.
So that was cool. That was cool knowing that.
I'm surprised they had anything at Walmart.
This was a couple years ago.
Oh, you were saying you found the archive vintage or the,
Yeah.
the archive collection, but not in the wild.
Not in the
At
wild.
a
No,
secondary
at a
store.
secondary store. Yeah. And they were moderately priced. They weren't, gouging anyone.
Outrageous.
So that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
So Frank brought a little demo. Those are the tiniest little Q-tips I've ever seen.
They are.
Yeah.
Those are for painting, or you
They
use
are.
them
Yeah,
for
yeah,
painting,
yeah.
or
I found
adding
them in
detail?
a hobby store.
You brought your own blank figure. Where's this?
If you're listening, you
Where's his head?
really do need to tune in to see, because Frank's going to demo this for us.
I
It
was
has
gonna demo.
nipples.
I know you just couldn't find them because I
yeah.
haven't painted them on yet, Rob.
Oh, I couldn't see him.
What do you think I'm going to demo right
The
here?
lighting was.
I'm joking.
You
I'm
gonna
not
give him
painting
white
nipples on this
You know,
doll.
give him white nipples.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not painting nipples on this doll.
Damn it.
How
So-
many times are we going to say nipples?
Frank, you've
Not enough,
dabbled.
apparently.
You've dabbled in customization. So
I have, and
thoughts. What do you?
that's why I open stuff up. That's why I honestly buy toys, is to keep me creative, and put I don't know, for example, I made this tiny small version of myself a while back.
That's a mini mate.
That's
This
a mini
is a mini mate,
Yeah.
and it's got my beat up Ohio State hat that's even
Oh yeah.
up there, and it's got my hiking bag, messenger bag, so to speak, and
It's uncanny.
Frank made one of me too.
I did, yeah.
We need one
I
for
gave
every-
it- Yeah, I gave
I
one to
have it.
Rick.
Yeah, I
I need
have
one
it.
for every member of the
I
squad.
made a rig. Yeah, I'll make a Rob one. I just have to.
He's
trust
got to
me,
get the
I
pieces.
have I probably have it honestly.
yeah.
You have
because
mini mate fodder?
I do, because when I was collecting these were fairly cheap
At the
and
time, yeah.
online. I could buy just hordes of them,
No.
and that's what I would do. For example, I made. I don't know if anybody. I'm dating us, but there was a Chuck Norris cartoon, and I made a Chuck Norris.
Yeah. The
That
80s,
actually
yeah.
looks like
And he was
Chuck
wearing-
Norris.
It does, yeah.
Well, that's because this was Chuck Norris's head from when
The
the
Expendables.
Expendables. They made some Expendables figure, and hence that's why I made the little Bruce Willis from Die Hard. And I didn't put the head on because I
That's
never.
Wolverine's body.
Yeah, it is. See, but that's. I mean,
Heck,
that's.
you recognize that.
But you can make because of the he. Trust me,
Is it
he's
a
seen
hairy
all those
chest?
figures. He's seen all the figures, yes. But I have the hair, and I made one of this school picture I took,
Yeah.
but it's in the zombie universe that I made. So
Uh-huh.
darken the glasses. I'll put some pictures up on the website so you.
You
guys can
say
see.
that.
I will. I will. Did I not put some pictures on the website this
You
week?
did.
I
You
did.
did.
Fantastic
You did. They were
pictures.
good.
Thank you. I tried, but see, he's laughing because he's seen my old school pictures, and again, I'll have to. I've even made a Lego version of this too.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I-
you got to take a close-up picture of the figure and
Yes.
put that with the picture.
Yeah, I'll put a background for it so it looks. And he just lost a
blue.
hand, so
Oh shit.
That's funny.
it's okay. Roll underneath. I'll find it.
That's what I've been doing mostly with Legos, is doing customizing with the Legos. And, you know, and when you deal with Legos and you're customizing, they have a term for it. They call it MOC.
Yes,
For my own creation.
My own creations.
And I enjoy doing a lot of steampunk stuff. So that's where, you know, Star Wars parts are great
Yeah, they're fun.
for building steampunk creations because, you know, the colors are just
Yep.
perfect
And
for
then,
that kind of stuff.
I just built some scenes from movies too. I'm gonna show this real quick so you
Yep.
can put your back up. Everyone's seen that Winter Soldier. There was a scene in there where Captain America fights all these agents. I made the elevator scene when the doors open and
Wow.
And then
I got a bunch of agents in
attacks
there,
all
and
the
it's
agents.
and he just beats the living tar out of him. And
He even have he has
really
the
awesome.
angry face.
yes, yeah. I even found that to put on him, and I found again. This is not
This is
this
MOC.
is not the Lego version. Yes,
Yeah.
Wow.
This is one of the
Oh, that's a
from
knockoff.
Japan, and then I had to find the different guys. I think these are the Expendables laying on the ground, most of them.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Lego does not make
Because they were
guns.
older?
Lego does not
Yeah,
make
they don't,
guns.
they don't make realistic guns.
Well, yeah, they make the like cartoony looking
Right,
ones. Like,
yeah.
but these guys, these agents look like the ones from the movies. So
Nice.
I made some sliding doors and just back when I had a little extra time. And then the other one I made from Lego was this is from Iron Man 3. It's when Tony Stark's in his lab trying out the new, I think it was Mark 43 or whatever. So I made this little lab right here, and then he's got even a little record player that he's using in the movie.
Wow.
That's adorable.
So I'll try and take some pictures of this too, because I took some back in the day, had better lighting, and this usually lights up in the back, but I had to take it off to store here. He's got his little bots putting them out, and
It's from one of the first Spider-Man sets that they did.
yeah. It was like this Spider-Man.
Dr. Octopus's laboratory.
I had to buy a few of them on. It's back when you can get Legos for cheap online, like without figures. So
Yeah.
I think I bought like 4 of those
Yeah.
lab sets for like maybe $12, and normally it's like a $20 set, $25
Right.
set.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah, it's a lot of fun though too. Like I said, like it's fun to be able to make your own stuff.
So what do you do? Find a picture, like a reference picture online?
I honestly, I found this set for cheap, and once I got it, I'm like, I bet you I can make Iron Man's lab out of this. And then I had to go and find the Iron Man suits to put in there, and then I had to find those online, and then from there I just started building the lab because this set came by itself, and then I bought like 4 of these sets for like $12.
You realize that the way that you built that, you could do a whole nother layer and
Oh, I
attach
know,
it,
I know,
and
I
then
know.
you could keep building.
I could trust me.
You could have the entire pit of armor.
I made it that way, but I also made it so I can actually, so I could bring it to spots like this too. So
Oh,
it
yeah, so
does
you can, see.
fold up nicely, and I can put all these little things in here.
Right, so that's cool too.
Very clever.
I try. But another thing we want to talk about that we were speaking of earlier is the 1/6 scale, which I brought the Indiana Jones just for a frame of reference. This is just again when we come to hyper detail, these guys are just out of control.
Is
You
this
should see.
the Hot Toys, or is this
This is I believe it's Hot Toys.
Okay.
I believe this is Hot Toys. I mean, we only have 2 of them in our house, I think.
His shoe
More than I
looks
have.
like his shoe looks like an actual shoe like that you would buy in a store, only shrunken down.
Like, yes,
Wow.
it
Like
looks like
it's-
he's just been miniaturized. I mean, the stitching
everything
and
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you notice the
Totally
bottom
accurate.
of the shoe? It's
Yeah.
even stitched.
like
oh wow,
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
all of it.
Wait
is
a minute,
just-
you have a fat one like this.
You do. But it's out of control. Like, I mean, all of it is just. I mean, obviously, mine's a little beat up because I let it. I try and take pictures of it as much as I can, and
You play with it, Frank.
I do.
Most people put those in glass cases.
But I'm Frank Batista, and I open toys. And what would be the point of me just sitting that in a glass case? I would only
is
look
true.
at it every once in a while.
That is true.
Instead, I go on adventures with Indiana Jones. So, Only he's in my bag. He's short round.
Hang on, lady.
But
We'll go for a ride.
yeah. Hold on, Indy. We go for a ride.
Dr. Jones.
Yeah. So, just to show you what's underneath there, this is just I bought these.
Is that exactly what's underneath?
This is pretty. It's pretty darn close.
Okay.
It's pretty darn close. I don't mess with it too much because again, I bought this like secondhand, and I don't know how much. Like his hand barely stays on half the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mess with it enough because I know how much it's worth, but still, I just still play with it. But whatever. But anyway,
The value of a toy is in its play.
yeah. Well, again,
me
it's
experience.
the reason I collect these toys is to keep me. Yeah. It's to keep me creative. It's to, like, I'll use this as like references as how clothes go because that's as close as you can get clothes to fold without looking at pictures. Where here I can look around and get it in any pose almost any pose except for this guy. He's disgruntled. But that's why I wanted to try and actually start making some myself to I don't know, just to see what I can do. Like I was going to attempt to make one of myself to see if I could, just to test. But then
an indie.
No, to make that no. Like to buy each piece individually of any would be probably like 5 times what that actually cost. I mean, what I actually bought it for.
Right.
But to make one of myself. Like I thought I'd be able to find like clothes and stuff like that. But then I started putting them in like just kind of a wallet or like a cart,
like
so to speak.
Yeah.
And it just got out of control. And I was like, oh my God, like I would have to buy these over a course of like 2 to 3 years.
To try and make a figure resembled you.
That resembled myself.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is they sell different parts of these. Like, as you guys can see, like, there's a frame on here.
I ain't touching it, then. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Just because, like, you can make them larger, too. Like, larger or smaller, skinnier. Just, they have, like, I mean, for example, I don't know if you guys...
So you can make them like they enjoy a good beer.
Yes. Yes.
Now and then.
Or smaller if they don't like beer, if they're vegans like yourself.
Wow.
But like I said, like it's just I wanted to just show this to folks. Like I just bought a few of these online. I found them for really cheap, and I was like, if I can get the frames, I don't know what else I can get everything else for, but I don't know. These are in the holding pattern for right now, and along with about a billion other projects. But
and they have people on sites where you can just buy heads.
Yes.
You can get heads custom made.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw when we were at Frankenson's, there was a booth there that had all the individual pieces, and it can get pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's
anatomically correct pieces, too.
Hey,
yeah,
now.
we won't go there yet.
Yeah.
Choose your size. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know, but I liked it.
That was the voice I chose, so there you go. But it does get pretty expensive as far as, and that's one of the things too, like if you look online, because I did some searching on YouTube for people who do customization, and that's one of the warnings that they give people. They say, you know, it's a great hobby. It's like you said, it keeps people very creative and stuff like that, but be prepared to spend money, not just on the toys, but on, you know, the space you need to create, the tools, the
display,
the paints, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Supplies.
And it is, because I mean, like, I brought some of the tools just that I've used for these tiny ones, and
that just testers.
See, I don't like
model?
using model paint because it doesn't.
You're right. You're really
it doesn't
right.
spread. So,
but I mean, I don't know what else to use. Like,
I use acrylic. So
I have tons of acrylic
Yeah.
paint, but I can never.
See, that's what I was going to say. Acrylic paint, you would think wouldn't stick to the plastic, whereas I could see the model paint. I mean, that's what it's made for, sticking to plastic. So,
but if you seal it too, because they sell sealers.
Seal it before you paint?
No, after you paint it.
Oh, okay.
And then you just know that you're not going to. It's not meant to be handled as often as something else. It's more of a display piece.
Yeah, it's more display than durability. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna give it to Kid Cobra and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
here you go. I just made this."
There are some people though that, because I have several custom made minifigs actually made with actual Lego pieces, where they do the laser printing on
That stuff looks sick.
on the Lego pieces. So I have quite a few superheroes. One of them is Black Adam, and
Black Adam
Yeah.
is a superhero.
well, he's kind of a bad guy.
We've talked, I think, about
Yeah,
him
he's
before.
Shazam's nemesis. So, and I've gotten a few custom pieces of him as far as where they've laser etched or laser printed right on the Lego piece.
I want one of those machines.
I know, right?
Yeah, they're
we've talked about
super
it.
expensive.
I've actually looked into it and talked to you about it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
Maybe that might be a venue for me, but
A little pricey.
yeah, I need a few investors, not just pay an investor.
So when you go hunting, how does customizing affect your hunting for toys? Do you is it something you think about, or is it just something?
No, it is. It is.
It
Like,
just happens.
Well, it mostly just happens. Like first, like you'll find something, and if it resembles something close to what you want, then that's what gets me thinking, and that's usually why I buy like something.
Yeah.
Be like, where could I put this? How would I use this in some form of, again, creatively? How would I use this? Because I know darn well that I'm opening it up, and I'm going to use it. Because if I'm paying that amount of money for it, I want to open it up and use it, because I can't justify paying for something that I won't use.
That you're not going to use. Yeah. That kind of goes with what you were talking about, though, with the toy photography, because lately you've gotten some pieces specifically for
Yeah, that's
accessories or whatever.
It's been a rabbit hole.
It is.
I find myself going specifically and looking
Hello.
for parts.
For parts,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I could buy this figure
Yes.
because he's got a cool weapon,
Yeah.
or he's got a nice looking battle axe or
Yeah.
whatever.
This was the lesson. This is the lesson I learned from these mini mats.
Yeah,
That's why I say rabbit hole. That's why I know how far I can go, because I went pretty far. As like I'm like, how can I make this? How can I make, like, I'd see any movie scene, I'd be like, how can I make this guy? Like,
Yeah.
or how can I make this scene? I think of that with Legos too. Like, wouldn't that be a cool set to build? Like, wouldn't that be fun to like recreate?
right.
Yeah.
See, my problem is that I see things and I think I might be able to use that someday.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that would look cool, and if I did this,
Right.
and so I get it, and then
We have to start keeping notebooks of our ideas down and what we
Yeah.
can use things, and then just revisit it.
because like I'll go through the clearance section at Walmart,
And clear it out.
Target,
Yeah.
and just looking for
Pieces or parts.
6-inch figures that have cool accessories, or little kids like dioramas that I could use a coffee cup from and put
Right.
it in Darth Vader's hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
stuff like that.
there's so many possibilities that it becomes like
Yeah.
an R-hole.
Yes. Stop being an armor.
Since you guys have brought up rabbit hole, I didn't get to do this in the last
You,
episode.
you were talking.
I am going down the rabbit hole in a few weeks
What are you doing?
because my wife bought Zach Brown band tickets
Oh no.
for us, or for me, for Christmas, and their tour is
Down the rabbit
down the
hole.
rabbit hole. So I get to go down the rabbit hole in a few weeks with Zach Brown.
For reals.
For real.
For reals, like.
Reels, yo.
Nothing to do with toys.
Nothing to do with this, but
It is a
something to
rabbit
be
hole.
excited about.
Nonetheless.
Yeah.
So you've been quiet back there.
That's funny.
I'm just keeping up with some research.
I think she
Did you ever
Boring.
customize, like, when, or even you guys when you were a kid, like with any of the? Because I know a lot of my friends who were girls. They had the Barbies or they had the strawberry shortcakes, and they would cut their hair, or they would,
I would be mortified to have cut Barbie's hair. The most
She'd come to life.
customizing I did was like mixing up her clothes maybe with Skippers or something,
Hey, a little risque right there.
I was pretty traditional back then when
That's
it came
level
to
one
Yeah.
customization.
Yeah.
That's funny. I remember that my Star Wars figures, as soon as I got them, almost, because my family would have colored toothpicks. So
Yep.
I ripped those lightsabers right
Lightsabers
out of
right
their
out.
arms and said, "That doesn't look like a lightsaber."
Yeah.
Whoop! And I put the toothpick in there. It's like, that's a lightsaber.
Yep.
Oh,
Luke
that's
had the yellow lightsaber, right?
Yep.
And it was like,
And I was like,
hell
nope,
no. It was like,
Yeah.
it was not yellow in the
Blue
movie.
toothpick in there.
nope, yep. So
Yeah,
I customized
yeah.
from an early age.
That and GI Joes too. I used to pull those apart. Like,
Oh yeah.
I used to change those, like, because it wasn't easy to customize, especially when you're
Yeah,
not allowed
they
to
were.
use tools.
There was only one screw.
Yeah, but if you're not allowed to use tools and stuff,
There's a screw
reasons-
and a G.I.
Yeah,
Joe.
on a GI Joe, it had a little screw at the back.
yes,
You unscrew it, and the body
the back
comes
of his
apart,
back.
and then it
Yes.
had the O-ring that attached the legs, so you could
you can mix and match,
yeah.
but it was being allowed to use. It was being allowed to use a screwdriver because you lost it too many times.
Oh well, that's a Frank problem.
I've still figured out a way to do
Yeah.
it.
And then there was, if I had a vehicle or something like that and it broke, then I was like, okay, well, how can I make this look cool again? So then I would
Yep.
try and do something
Use
or
other
paint
broken
it.
vehicles
Yeah,
and-
to do customizing and things like that.
Yeah, I just use that battlegrounds. I usually use fireworks and have explosions.
Destroyed
and-
your toys.
I didn't destroy it. No, I had to buy them. I didn't destroy the toys. I put it by them.
Yeah.
Then when they died, I would destroy them because I would have graveyards and
Bury your
they would get buried.
action figures.
Yeah, they get buried.
Oh, did you ever dabble in customization, or you? These are yours look so good. I still can't believe.
Yeah, I
I
barely
can't
played
believe
them.
you played with
I
them.
played very gently.
Yeah, you must have.
Yeah, no, I've never. I mean, we're gonna get into a little bit with the verses, but never much been into the customization thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe since you brought up
Oh,
verses,
wow.
you guys might be
Need
ready
to head that
for,
way?
Probably.
unless there's
Probably.
anything else really
Really pressing to go for.
pressing in this customizing world here.
No, I think we should come back to this at another.
Yeah, we have.
I think this is the kind of
few
thing that
friends
we
who-
can
We have a-
revisit.
We have a
Yeah.
pretty good friend that's really into it. I'd love to get Reese back on the show. We talked to him, and
Yeah.
scheduling wasn't. He
All
couldn't
right.
make it tonight, but he's really pumped to come back on here.
I think we should issue a VTS challenge. I think each of us should do a customization,
Oh, I like,
like that.
and then we can revisit at some point, and we can.
We could show even like
We can
pictures
help
or
each other.
video.
Yeah,
Now, are we talking about kit bashing?
Ooh, there's
What's
another
kit
lingo.
bashing?
When you take a figure and you rip it apart for pieces for something else that you're going to customize.
That's one of the things they said they did in.
That's just
They were
WWE.
when they were talking
Oh yeah,
you didn't bring that
I
up.
didn't bring that up. Yeah.
in the Plastic Galaxy movie, and they were talking about how they had to come up with some ideas for like George Lucas and the Lucasfilm people to see. They would take like the Fisher Price people and kit bash them.
Yeah.
And, put that's why I said Bondo, because the one guy's mentioned putting Bondo on to make a stormtrooper helmet, and so they
very
that was
cool.
like early kit bashing
Yeah.
to
The
make those
adventure
very
people.
first adventure people. What I probably said a little.
No, you said no. It was, but it
Oh.
was adventure people. That was
Yeah.
that was great. Real
So-
quick before we do versus, because Patti mentioned the WWE thing, so that's why there's a big toy. A lot of customizers like the WWE figures because they're pretty basic. I mean, they just have their wrestling tights on or whatever, so they could add accessories. They can sculpt onto it. They've got the
Make
big
He-Man?
muscles. Exactly. So you can
Out of Rowdy Piper.
I don't know about Rowdy,
I
but
don't know about Rowdy, but out of John Cena maybe.
Rowdy, well, he wasn't the big dude, huh?
No, he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't very big.
no, but that's actually a hard figure to find for me.
Piper.
Yeah, because I look for my brother's he's a wrestling coach and a wrestling fan, and I'm always looking for him. The last time we went to the swap meet, we got an awesome Ric Flair where he's going, woo! He's got the woo lips,
The
and
woo lips.
yeah. But he's wearing his robe and everything. He's got the belt on. I was
Oh
like,
my
it was
gosh.
an amazing figure. And I was like, holy cow! How did you find this?
That's funny.
But I always look for him, and so those are harder ones to find. Like the old school guys, like Hogan was like $25 or something out of the
Yeah.
package and all busted up. I was like, come on, guys, like seriously. But
Yeah. Throw me a bone.
yeah, so
All right, you guys ready for verses? We haven't done verses for a while, so
We haven't.
we'll just
We have
keep
not.
it,
We're
I'm hearing the song in my head.
we're rusty.
We're rusty on the verses, but that's all right. We'll be good. So, simple question this time. When you're out hunting and you have, we all have specific characters that we look for, different things that we collect. Are you more apt to go for something that is a customized piece, or do you go for the officially licensed product, which is your prefer?
I'll let Ron-
I pass up Now, I do the daily fet,
Right.
so which is not
Daily.
always daily. Which is what?
Which is daily and fetish.
Well, yeah.
Not fetish.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh, yeah.
Phrasing.
I'll just not talk.
It's usually daily.
Thank you.
And so, I'm always looking for new Boba Fett pieces. So I'll buy custom pieces for that. I don't, I pass a lot of them up because price-wise, they don't have the collectability for me so much to spend that kind of money on a one-of-a-kind or maybe a limited run collectible to use just for the daily Fett thing and to add to the collection. It's not, the collectability factor isn't there for me. And the other thing, as far as like the other thing that I do with figures being toy photography, they're the ones out of the box are good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I would buy the independent figures. Some of if the Vitruvian hacks, if they made those in a bigger line, I'd buy those.
Yeah.
If the price was good.
Right.
The Mythic Legends or whatever, I can't really afford those. But
Right.
so the independent figures I would be into, but not so much custom. It's not, I don't do customization so much,
Right.
and so
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't really. It's not really something I look for.
All right.
In fact, I avoid it.
So we said licensed products. Frank, your view?
I'm like a bit of both on this. Like I like
Man,
the,
he can never take a side.
well, here's the
Waffly.
thing. Here's the thing is I like the licensed stuff, but I like to customize it myself. Like if I saw something that was like already customized to my standards, that I would think like, yes, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Absolutely, I would get it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I have to buy licensed stuff and do it myself because, like, if
Quality
I
ain't there.
well, it is quality, but it's not just like, for example, they always make the Empire Luke, like after he's been like through the swamp and everything, but he's always wearing this clean suit. And it's like, wait a second. Like, he's just been a dig-about for like, I don't know, I'm assuming like a month. Like, he's been in the swamp with how many changes of clothes, like, he's filthy. It's
Could
not
have
like,
multiple suits.
yeah, he could have, like, but it's got for enough for a month.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But either way, like,
So
I'm just
there needs to be
assuming,
some
like,
grime.
there needs to be a little grime and a
Yeah.
little grit, just to give it movie quality, like, stuff for me. I don't know, it's just,
Right.
I don't know. Rick?
I'm more for the licensed. There's the only thing that I have done, like I said, with the customized ones is some of the Lego pieces, and only because the printing was top notch
Yep.
and it was done on an actual Lego piece, and it was characters that Lego wasn't producing, and I don't think they're going to produce
They won't.
anytime. So, and then it's funny though because I'll get some of the other ones, and as soon as Lego produces their version of it, then that other one kind of disappears. So I would have to say I'm more towards the license. I see a lot of really cool Marvel Legend customized,
Right.
but for the price, and I understand the price. I mean, it is
There's
it
a lot
is
of
not
time.
easy.
and I don't mean to disparage
No,
it.
no,
I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into
Exactly.
it. But for me,
But yeah,
you know.
exactly the same thing. It's like I don't have $150 to pay for this Marvel Legends figure. I mean, I totally admire what you did.
Looks
Looks
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm good with a photo. I'll wait until the $20 one comes out in a few months. So I would say I'm more for the license.
I'd say we're more heavily weight on the license
Yeah.
side because it's like we were saying.
But I like customizing.
No,
it's fun.
it's incredible, and I love watching people's versions of things. It just
And if-
blows my mind.
People ever offered me money for some of my customs, I would probably be blown away and be like, "Wow, yeah, okay." Here.
Yeah,
Because I don't do it for that. I just do it because
because
it's fun to do and it's creative. So,
for sure.
all right, Patti, do you have a?
I think I guess with this one I'm kind of like Frank in the sense that I appreciate people bringing their own vision to these figures, but there's also something about having the classic original. So if you were going to do it, maybe you had like the original that you keep, and then one that you find used somewhere that you can mash up somehow. So,
I like that idea too.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Well
So
said.
we're mostly on the licensed side. So
Yep.
Yay.
we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We appreciate it.
For sure.
And I'll let you run down the litany if you want to run down the litany of
I
places
don't
to
know
find
that
us.
we need
We're
to.
I think
all
you
over
should.
the place.
If they're
You
listening,
should.
then they already found us.
That is true. If you're listening, you have found us.
But they may not know
You have
the
found
other
us.
Good
platforms.
point.
Well,
That
let's
is true.
Let's just say this: you can watch us or you can listen to us.
Yes,
Robin.
and many
And
platforms.
you can see us on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Podbean or any of the other big music outs
Spotify.
like Spotify and
iTunes,
Google Play.
Google Play
Google
Music.
Play
Podbean.
And we've got a Facebook page. You can find us there.
Yeah.
We've got an Instagram. That's
Don't be afraid to interact. Share, like,
Try Apple.
comment. Let us know. Let us know what you want to see for future episodes.
Apple.
If you see us out and about in the town,
iTunes.
talk to us.
yeah.
We would like to revisit some customization stuff. So if you're a customizer and you're in the Vegas area, let us know. We know there's some people that do some killer dioramas around here.
Yeah,
and
I'd love to see
stuff
some-
like that. So we'd love to have you on the show and have you show your work. So
I forgot, speaking of dioramas, the last Toy Con was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It was the Sarlacc pit. And do you remember that?
Yeah, that was super cool.
Like, you just reminded me of that, and I forgot to pull it up. Like, speaking of customizations.
Did I see that?
I don't, you got,
I think so.
it was in the back room. It's like when they had the contest stuff.
Was it Lego?
It was not Lego. It was just, it was really incredible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was
I forgot
I
to
don't know.
mention that. And I
I
wanted
don't
to
know
bring
if I
that.
saw it.
We'll have to do some stuff.
I took a picture of it, and I'll definitely, like, again, I'll post this stuff for this episode. But
Right on.
Think about that challenge, guys, if you want to accept the
think you guys
VTS
should do it.
customization challenge.
Ooh, I like this.
That might be cool.
I think we
We'll
should.
formulate the rules and we'll talk about it next time.
I'm in.
I
I'm
like
in.
it.
That's
I
I'll do
may
it.
even join in.
hey,
What?
there you go.
That's what I'm
Nah,
talking about.
it's just you guys.
Patti, you
Hey,
can
if we
always
do
join
it,
in.
if we do it in time for the con, we can actually show them at the con.
Ooh,
Hey,
maybe
that'd be cool.
maybe we can enter them in the
so we need
contest.
to decide if everybody's. Oh no,
Hey,
Indy!
that ain't the first skill he took.
The pit of snakes. We'll have to decide if we want it to all be the same figure or,
That'd be a challenge.
if we all
Yeah.
have the same thing and say, okay, make it your
Huh.
own.
All right.
Like
Well,
a Boba
let's
Fett figure.
let's do some thinking on that, and we can.
Maybe we can find a helmet for you to customize. Let's do that.
You can make Wonder Fett.
There
There you go.
Cool.
There you
All
go.
right.
That would be cool.
All right. Well, it's in the works. Stay
All right.
tuned.
Sounds
And check out our the sizzle reel for our television
Yes,
show,
for
Vegas.
sure.
I forgot. It's been so long. Vegas Toy Stories.
Yes.
It's on our YouTube page. It's been a while, man.
I know it
But
has.
we still have
We
hope
still,
for this thing.
yeah, we do.
We want to make
check it out.
Yeah, and I guess otherwise, that's it.
That's it. All right. So again, thank you for watching or listening or both. And we are VTS, and VTS is
Out.
Out.